It's just after 2. Aisha here, live on the CBBC channel with some of this coming up. Dashing through the snow, we check out the ice truck racers speeding through a winter wonderland. And what do you do with your unwanted Christmas tree? Well, you could feed it to some goats. It's News Round. First, more than 1 million people are marching through the centre of Paris as France comes together in one of the biggest demonstrations its capital city has ever seen. This is what it looks like there at the moment. People have come from across France and other parts of the world to show that they stand united against terrorism and to honour the 17 people who lost their lives in the extremist terror attacks there earlier this week. More than 40 world leaders, including British Prime Minister David Cameron, are showing their support at the rally. And there's a huge security operation. 5,500 police officers are on duty to keep the event safe. The people on the march say they want to show they're not afraid.
I think it was really important for me to be here today, just to want to share with people, to be together and to show people that we're not afraid and we stand up here to resist to terrorism.
And you're not afraid? You're not fearful of the future now?
No, not for me, no. I want to be here. It was important for me to be here today.
And here in Britain, London's famous landmarks will display the colours of the French flag as a tribute to the people affected by the Paris attacks. Tower Bridge, Trafalgar Square and the National Gallery are just some of the places which will be lit in blue, white and red to show support for the French people. And you can head to our website if you want to find out more about what happened earlier this week in Paris and why this march is such a big moment. And there's advice there too if anything in the news upsets you. Over 10,000 homes are into their third day without electricity after storms have been battering Scotland over the last few days, and the poor weather is expected to continue across the UK into the next week. High winds and gusts of more than 100 miles an hour took out power lines and disrupted transport, while there are still warnings of snow and ice across parts of northern England, Scotland and Northern Ireland. Power companies are working hard to get the electricity back on.
It's unbelievably inconvenient and the weather's grim, so it's not great. So we are sorry, but I would want to reassure people we genuinely have hundreds and hundreds of guys out there in teams working in really quite difficult conditions.
And it's not just in the UK where bad weather is making life difficult. In America, 3 days of bitter cold and snow has gripped parts of the Midwest and the East Coast, all due to a blast of Arctic air that's been moving in. The temperatures are below average for this time of year, with snowflakes seen as far south as Florida. The ice-cold temperatures are good for some people, though, as these high-powered trucks race around a snow course built on the slopes of a ski resort. The annual race takes place over 2 days and features drivers and trucks that normally race on dirt and mud courses. 9 drivers took part in the event, racing head-to-head in their four-wheel drive trucks with specially made studded tyres. Very cool. One Direction's manager is one of dozens of top names from the entertainment world who want to stop people making huge amounts of money from reselling gig tickets online. Tickets for popular events can sometimes go for double or triple their original price, and that's something that leading figures from the world of sport, theatre and music think is unfair. They want the rules to be tougher to stop people from buying up all the tickets and charging big money to fans. Now, Christmas is well and truly over, but what about the Christmas trees that no longer have their baubles and are looking a bit sad? Hayley's been looking at how those trees can be a real treat for goats.
So you take off the baubles, the tinsel down, and you all try and fit the massive spiky Christmas tree into a small family vehicle. What now? How about feeding it to your local farmyard goats? Well, that's exactly what these guys did, along with many other families, because they all know that goats love Christmas, pine needles and all. These goats at a Dorset community farm chew through all the branches of Christmas trees, eating off the flavoursome green pine needles. They get through about a bundle of trees a day, and there's 25 of them, so that's quite a lot of trees.
It'll take them a while to get through them. We'll probably still be feeding Christmas trees in March or April, but they'll get through them eventually. They just love them, as you can see.
So these Christmas trees are definitely not just for Christmas. They're giving these hungry goats some well-needed food for the winter. Although I think I'll stick to Christmas pudding and mince pies for now.
Thanks, Hayley. Next, more than 150,000 people braved sub-zero temperatures to take part in the start of an ice fishing festival in South Korea on Saturday. Organisers say over 1 million visitors come every year to try and catch the trout, which can only live in water with temperatures below 20 degrees Celsius. This year, about 5,000 foreign visitors arrived on opening day. And finally, there's just enough time to tell you about today's Premier League action. Arsenal kicked off their match against Stoke about half an hour ago, and the score is currently 2-0 to the Gunners. Later on this afternoon, it's third versus fourth, with Manchester United taking on Southampton at Old Trafford. Well, that's all from me. Newsround is back right here tomorrow morning at 7:40. Have a great rest of the weekend. Bye-bye.